To me personally, history is a very interesting subject because you get to learn about things you did in the past, and you can learn from what they did and maybe improve or just replicate the same actions. But honestly, in my school, history is quite a boring. But this could be due to many reasons. But I would say it's mainly because of the way that the teachers projected how history is to us. From what I can remember, I think not. I have visited museums, many museums, but it's not exactly as histories. They are mostly mainly art museums. I remember it's a day in the summer, somewhere around between 2020 when the pandemic happens. That time, I have nothing to do left, so I just take a boat on myself. Have been collecting dust for years and read about it. I remember vaguely it was about the Buckingham Palace and how people lived there. To an extent, yes, history is important because a lot of things we did in the past that can be projected into the future is a bad thing. For example, war. We can learn from what happens to the wars and try to not to replicate it, learn lessons from it. Human histories have went long past for around a million years or so, and one particular historical period I love to talk about is the Victorian era. I remember it was from what I have known, it was around past than the 1800, and why I have become quite fond of it recently because in the Victorian era, their artistic looks and their beauty and their fashion is just somewhat modern you can imaginable. And to come on top, just a cherry on top, why do they celebrated the death? And that's why I'm interested in them. I have been researching about why exactly they celebrated the death, and I found out that because they think that they can gain the dead knowledge, they just simplify it in intelligence, and it's quite ironic because at that time people bathe in arsenic. Arsenic is quite a deadly poison, and that's not what kind of intelligent person would do. So that's why the Victorian Bible is the most interesting part for me. I still don't know why the how they portray the fashion through the paintings, the artistic look through the pictures. It's unique to say at least, and that's all I have to say about it. We can resonate from historical buildings more than we know and we do because historical building is just signifying it's just landmark for how people lives there, and especially when you are native there, you can feel really special feeling of why people visit that place. To be honest, I think most people would not agree because as of is right now, the world have come into a different cause, and that's its economic. And just wasting them on historical places is not an ideal way to invest in economic growth. Children can learn history from many ways via many devices as electronics like mobile phones, tablets, or even just searching up the internet and there are thousands of information. So just to be safe, you need to choose what information you read and double check the facts. I think yes, museum will be replaced by technology. In fact, some of them have already happened, and this can be really shown by art museum. Not many art museum exist in the world anymore because of the invention of technology like social media.